Day pricing, value pay offers, and free shipping when purchased on your ShopNBC card. Italian Gold with Stefano during Gold Day on ShopNBC.
You follow me on Facebook. I've been mentioning for almost a week now that we had this big Stuhrling event coming up. Stuhrling Original Timepieces has become one of the top brands here at ShopNBC. The increase, the popularity of Stuhrling over the past few months, it's been off the charts. You're not a Stuhrling Original collector. If you're not part of the Stuhrling Nation, you are missing out, and you'll see why. Sales of Stuhrling have skyrocketed here over the past few months. Let's give you a look at a few of the watches we have coming up. The Apocalypse Grand Chronograph, first time being seen at this new low price. So please do get in on this right now. Surprise price $127.42 and 5 value payments of $25.48. V91561. Also, a little bit later on in the show, we're going to give you a look at the Uptown Aussie Elite XL. This is one we debuted about a year ago. We've sold roughly about 900 of these. Today, I have 55 left. Clearance price on this, 43% off of the ShopNBC price. Your final chance, be 91187. That's something we have for the ladies out here. And this particular watch for the ladies has a surprise price as well. 45% off the ShopNBC price in black, in white, in red, or in brown, and 5 value payments of $19.93. The best way to shop, of course, is using your ShopNBC card. We have two options there, the standard credit card and, of course, the ShopNBC Rewards MasterCard, both available for your application on the website at ShopNBC.com. So go there. Click right there, fill out the application, and then you'll find out, in fact, while you are doing it. It takes about 2 minutes time to find out whether you qualify or not for either of those ShopNBC credit cards. And lots more, of course, on ShopNBC.com. Well, the guy who is partially responsible, I am not kidding, for the huge rise in the popularity of Stuhrling Original Timepieces over the past couple months. It has been off the charts, overwhelming. That man is Larry Magen. What are you laughing at? I'm serious.
Man, I'm partially responsible.
Okay, very responsible.
He always tries to do this to me. He always tries to get me to, get embarrassed and, feel humiliated and things like that. And he does a very good job of it, by the way. But, Shawn,
I am trying to be nice.
Well, I'm going to tell you, here's the guy that's partially responsible for this incredible shopping station, because you've been here for about 17 years?
More than that, actually.
More than that?
Who's
okay.
counting?
But who's counting? Anyway,
yeah.
Shawn, it's always a pleasure.
Always
a pleasure to work with
always
you, my
good.
friend. And we're back, and we're loaded for bear tonight, Shawn.
Well, and indeed, we have so many exciting things, and we are going to begin actually with the Monterey that you are seeing for the first time this year on 4 value payments. So you are getting into this for the very first time. You've seen this before, but not on 4 value payments. This is available in 4 choices: black and green, white and orange, black and red, or black and blue. Those are the 5 options that we have here. It's the color of the dial and the dial accent colors. Your price is $67. Friends, I mentioned it before, if you want to see what owning a Stuhrling Original is all about, if you want to see why this brand has taken off, and it has become one of the top-selling brands here at ShopNBC, in particular over the past few months. Why has America gone crazy over it? You'll get this home. You'll put it on. You'll find out the comfort, the fit, the feel, the quality that has gone into every single one of these watches, the designing that has gone into every single one of these timepieces here. I'm going to steal away this would be the black and the dial color accent color. So this would be which one would this be? The black and the red, I guess, is how this would be set up. I want to make sure I got this right here. I don't want to confuse anybody. Yes, this would be black and red. Okay, the accents that they're talking about are the minute accents there from 12 to 3. So black dial with red accents, because if you were to actually order, I'll show you some of the other choices too, but again, that is how this one is all set up. Larry, it has been, though, a huge few months for Stuhrling Original, and this is just going to add to it.
Well, Shawn, 2010 has been a great year for Stuhrling Original, particularly here at ShopNBC, and this is our Monterey Bay. Now, this is from our Concorso series in our Sportsman's Collection, Shawn. Very, very popular series for us. I think we have 8 or 9 different models now in the series. They all have this very similar race-inspired look with your Arabic 12 and Arabic 6 with the bullet indices going around at the hour markers. And by the way, all of those hour marker indices, Shawn, have been individually applied to the dial. They have little pegs that go through the dial. They're sealed on the back side. And this is a very popular look in the very high-end Swiss watch industry, and many companies are taking their particular spin at this look. And with this one now, our Monterey Bay, this is following up on our very, very popular Monterey. And in 2010, we came out with the Monterey Bay, which is 2 millimeters larger now. We went from 44 up to 46.
Right.
That's why we call it the Bay. Okay, so it's a little bit larger, which is a little bit even more current now. All right, but it still has the same Swiss quartz movement that we have here with 3 hands and the date aperture over there at the 3 o'clock position. It is a Swiss movement, so you have great reliability here. Do not be fooled, Shawn, by the price. Sometimes, we tend to associate. Now there, you see on the case back, you see that kind of serpentine tire tread pattern. Sure. That's etched into the case back here. It picks up on the dial design that we have on the front. And by the way, while you're showing this nice shot of the case back, Shawn, you'll notice those little notches that are going around the perimeter of the case back. That indicates that it's a threaded case back. It's actually screwed in as opposed to just a pop-off case back. 50 meters of water resistance here on this. You see the decorations on the case back as well. Solid 316L stainless steel case and case back. You've got the high-grade silicone rubber strap as well, and it also has that tire tread-like pattern going down to pick up on that design that we saw. And then on the dial, you've got that serpentine dial. So this is actually what I would consider a great, and I mean great, everyday timepiece, because
of course
a lot of our pieces, and we have one coming up we haven't seen for a long time, and I'm really glad that it's here with you, our Madison Avenue, for example.
Oh, yes.
It's a beautiful piece, but it's a dressy piece. It's not an everyday. This is great with jeans, with a t-shirt, with a polo shirt, with a pullover shirt, however you want to wear it. Great, go to the park, go to the store, wear it to the office. Great everyday timepiece, Shawn.
Here it is on, and you can see what a difference that larger case size makes. As Larry pointed out, 46 millimeters the case diameter on this particular model, so it is a little bit larger. One of the nice things, though, is you don't have, just because it's a larger case, a massive thickness to it, so this can still fit comfortably over long sleeves. You're not having to put on a watch that is strictly for casual times. You could still wear this a little bit dressier if you preferred, but to get the accuracy of that Swiss Ronda quartz movement, not Swiss parts, but a true Swiss movement in this particular case. We'll let you know about all the movements here, because you're going to see some Asian automatics. You will along the way see some Swiss parts movements, but you know what? All fine quality and all backed up with the Stuhrling warranty, so you can shop with confidence. Also notice, this is being seen for the very first time this year on 4 value payments. So tonight, one payment of $16.81 gets home a watch that has been very popular at the higher price point. You have the new surprise price in place. Larry has this on with just a nice button-up shirt, and my gosh, if that doesn't just work perfectly. By the way, the one he is wearing
black and blue
is, thank you, the black and the blue. So you'll notice the difference there. You have blue accents on yours.
Right, now this is your blue jeans choice, guys. I would expect of these 3 colors. Now the one Shawn showed you, of course, with the black and red will kind of go with everything, but to me this is the one that should go first, because all those guys out there that love to wear blue jeans like I do, Shawn, this is it right here with the black and the blue. And by the way, if you like the black and green, the black and green is the only one that has the green colored strap. The others, of course, have the black strap. Now, at one point, we had a blue execution, which is now gone, that did have a blue strap.
I remember that one.
Right,
yes.
But here, on these 3 choices, the green has the green strap that Shawn is showing you right now. And that green strap is pretty exciting, Shawn, because there's a lot of green we're doing this year in 2010 in the watch industry.
It's one of the big colors in the world of watches, not just for Stuhrling, but for all of the brands around the world. So you're in on one of the very hot trends right now, and you'll see that tire tread pattern carries all the way through, even onto the dial. So you have that beautiful, in fact, you can really see the levels that you get on that dial. It's not just some sort of a drawn-on sort of design. There's actually a 3-dimensional aspect to the dial that is wonderful. This is the black and the green. Black dial. This one is going to have green accents. Really, though, the 60, 5, 10, and 15, and your minute hand are what is done in green, and also the strap. The other 2 are going to have the basic black rubber strap. These are really nice rubber straps that are used too, Larry.
Yeah, very much so. High-grade silicone rubber, so you have
high grade.
You have the softness of the silicone here. Also, if you notice the edge of the strap as well, Shawn, it's got that little kind of pressed edge design on the edge as well, which is kind of nice.
It is just engineered flawlessly. One of those that will be a treat to wear, so comfortable on. About a 22 millimeter wide rubber strap. Buckle closure on the very end of that. Solid stainless steel case. There you can see the black dial. Of course, some luminescent properties on this as well. But right now, it's $67.26. As I've said many, many times over the past week, there's a reason why the Stuhrling response has skyrocketed here on this network over the past few months in particular. You'll get one home. You will see why. And you'll become a part of what is called Stuhrling Nation. If you hear that term thrown around, there's a reason why, and it's a very well-deserved term. Ladies, you as well are big-time members of Stuhrling Nation, and in fact, we have one that is for you that is brand new today and being seen for the very first time. Here are your choices: black, red, and green. Now, your ShopNBC price is $99.75, and we have two payments of $49.87. And I got to make this clear right from the get-go, because I don't want women to get this home expecting one thing and finding something else, and then you wind up returning it. Now, you always have a 30-day unconditional money-back guarantee, but nobody likes to do that. We all like to get our watches home and think we've got the perfect thing and enjoy wearing it right away. This is a large watch. It is not, my opinion, unisex. It is designed for the ladies. Let me measure how large this is for you. Your diameter is 47. Your width, and it's got an oversized crown, is 54 millimeters wide. So it's an oversized watch for the ladies. Now, I've said I think it's pretty much a feminine timepiece, and for the ladies, there will probably be some guys who are interested in it, and that's fine. Give it a try, of course. That's why another reason why we have 30-day money-back guarantee. But it's a watch that was designed with the ladies in mind.
Absolutely, Shawn. You know, Stuhrling Original, not only are we known for our skeletonized mechanical automatic timepieces, but we have been a leader in the industry in the way of doing skeletonized mechanicals for the ladies. And in this particular example, we've done it in what we would consider to be an oversized case. So it's very fashionable for the ladies. Now, we also do 35, 36 millimeter skeletonized mechanicals for the ladies, but here it's done as an intentional statement piece for the ladies, and you have the feminine colors. Now, a guy could certainly wear it. You know, if you're a person that likes to wear color, I'll grab the black and white just to give an idea of a presence on a wrist. I wish we had one of our lady models here tonight.
We don't. I don't.
Yeah, I know we don't, Shawn.
Story of my life.
We don't. But
they don't like working with me anymore.
No. But anyway, here it is. If for a guy who wanted to wear it, I mean, it's an oversized piece even on a guy. It's you said 47. I was thinking it was 48. But 47, 48. Either way, within a millimeter, it's 47, 48. But you see, it's really good size. And on a lady, you know, it makes a statement. It's very fashionable, but it's not a fashion timepiece. It's a serious timepiece because it's a skeletonized mechanical automatic timepiece. There's no battery in this timepiece, Shawn. It's watchmaking the old-fashioned way, working off of a mainspring, the way they made watches 200 years ago. And this is what Stuhrling Original has really become known for, is our skeletonized mechanical automatic timepieces.
I think that's part of the reason for the huge increase in popularity recently, is because a lot of companies have moved away from automatics. You don't even see them making them anymore. Stuhrling is still doing it. I want to show you the green. Ladies, I would think that this is the must-own piece. If you're prioritizing and you can only purchase one tonight, I encourage you to pick up the green. There's actually two different hues of green that you get. You can see on the dial, there's this lighter green, and then on the strap itself, leather with an alligator texture to it. It's a darker green. Now, we do have a slight delay on the phone lines, and I'm going to assume a lot of it is because of what you're seeing right here, being seen for the very first time. Two value payments of $49.87. Again, ladies, and I double-checked it, 47 millimeter is your case diameter on this, so be advised. Guys, if you love a colorful watch, good for the summertime, you can wear it, but it's really designed with the ladies in mind. B91572. I've had more of you reach me, speaking of Facebook, on Facebook, asking about this watch over the past about 4 or 5 days. It's the Uptown Aussie, and yes, it is at final quantities. This is the one in the stainless bracelet, $94.14 and 5 payments of $18.83. So that is it. We will probably sell that out tonight, and then later on, we have something that is brand new this month. I think second airing on this one. The Tourney Alarm GMT leather strap watch. That was almost host pick for me tonight. That is such a winner. $199.48 is your intro price. 3 pence of $66.49. Now, about 45 minutes ago, if you were watching, I interrupted Dave's show to mention the Apocalypse, and we're going to share that one with you right now. The Apocalypse Grand, frankly. Yeah, we've got some big deals going on here because this is the very first time that you are seeing this watch at this new low price. The new low price being $127.42. We are going to add to that the possibility of value payments. So 5 easy interest-free value payments of $25.48. Less than $1 a day can get one of these home. There are 3 options. Pretty straightforward, but I'll walk you through these once more just so you can find out which one is which, because there is a blue and a black right here because of the blue bezel and that wonderful black dial. The next one over that you're going to see is the black green. Hidden treasure right here. This might be the one to get with the black bezel and that beautiful green dial. That is spectacular. Then the third choice that we have is the black, where you have the black bezel and the black dial. So all 3 of these are now available. Black green is the most limited, and if you wanted my personal recommendation on one, that's the one I would say to get as well. Although the blue and black is wonderful because of that metallic blue look, the all black, if you love the continuity of having an all black watch, is great. I'm just going to steal one of these away because very quickly, before we get too far into the presentation, when we talk about the Apocalypse Grand, here's why it has that qualifier of grand. 49 millimeter case diameter. Your width is, gosh, that's about a 56.5 millimeter wide timepiece. So yes, it does play a little bit larger on the wrist. But partially because of the rubber strap, it's not the heaviest watch in the world. In fact, weighs 167.2 grams. Still significant for a watch on a rubber strap, but not unduly heavy at all. This is such a winner.
Well,
such a winner, Larry.
Thank you, Shawn. This is amazing. Everybody out there, Stuhrling Nation, come to attention. Take a look what's on your screen right here. This is fantastic. This is our new Apocalypse Grand for 2010. I can't believe the reduction here from 192. But look, this is in our 49 millimeter case design. Now, Shawn gave you some pretty shocking dimensions here on this case design, but this is our Apocalypse Grand from our Apocalypse series in our Epiphany collection, Shawn. And with the Apocalypse case design, these dimensions can always be a little misleading because what you have is case extensions at 3 and 9, but also at 12 and 6. True. Because you have covered lugs and the case extensions go beyond the lugs and the strap goes seamlessly right underneath the covered lugs and into the case. But this rubber strap is a new custom molded strap for this particular model. It's probably the beefiest, heaviest rubber strap we've ever done. It's an incredible rubber strap. And by the way, if you order the green, you're getting a beautiful green rubber strap on this one, Shawn. Now, all 3 of these colors have a place because the one Shawn is showing you, of course, the all black, the triple black, you know, that'll go with everything. The movement in this particular timepiece is the Swiss ISA 8172 day-date chronograph, Shawn. And this has what they call the high pulse rate, the 1/5 pulse rate. There it is. You can literally count 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's 5 beats per second, and you'll see the smooth reset here. But you've got your day of the week indication at the 6 o'clock position on that sub-dial with a pointer day, and then you've got your big date wheel up there at the 12 o'clock position pointing to the date. But the signature characteristics on our Apocalypse series, Shawn, the 10-sided bezel. The decagonal bezel. You've got the signature Stuhrling S screw heads going around the bezel. You've got a brushed finish on the bezel. You see the texturization on the dial. All of those hour indices, 12, 3, 6, and 9 with the squares as well. Those are all, again, individually applied to the dial. You've got that minute track on the flange as well. Cristerna crystal. Again, let me correct that, our most popular case design in our entire gallery, our Apocalypse case with now 16 different models in the series, Shawn.
I hope you can get the effect at home. If you look very closely, this bezel is not round. It may appear so from a difference, but it is not. There are 10 distinctive sides to this bezel. If I run my finger over this, I can feel the little point right here, the little angle. Feel one up here, right up there. So next to every one of the 10 Stuhrling S-head screws, you have the point, which is the end of one of these flat surfaces. So that is actually a 10-sided bezel. Now this is the green version. This is the easiest to show you just on television how the strap integrates itself, not really into this piece, but under this piece. So if I fold this back, you can see the strap basically disappears. So what you have, and the green is definitely going to be the first one to go, is this wonderful engineering, the way that this is all designed. Look at that.
Yeah, our Apocalypse series on this case design, they're all done like that with the case extensions at 12 and 6. It's part of the case design. As I mentioned, you see the case extensions at 3 and 9, how it juts out. And again, if you just measure, you know, the case extensions, the dimensions are going to be really mind-blowing here. It's going to be 50-something by 50-something, as you measured. But it really is a 49-millimeter case design. If anybody out there remembers when we first went from the 42 to the 49, our Apocalypse XT, this is the XT case size at 49. But look what we've done now with the Swiss ISA 8172 day-date chronograph. And you know, as long as Shawn's got the green one up there, notice the stop center second hand is yellow against that green dial, Shawn. See that? That's hot. And if you want to give them the stop and the reset, you'll see the smooth sweep on the reset signature of the ISA movement here with the high pulse rate. With ISA, Shawn, their movements in the 8100 series, 8171, 8172, 8173, and the different variations thereof, those are all the high pulse rate. That's their top of the line chronograph movements, is the 8100 series.
Definitely. And so you can shop with confidence knowing that. Of course, shop with confidence knowing Stuhrling is backing up their warranty. Give one of these a try. If you've never purchased a Stuhrling original timepiece, you are really in for a treat, and you really can, especially the green version, which will be the first one to go. Fewer than 100 remaining. That's the hot color right now. Larry has the blue and black version,
which has the PVD bezel.
And that's the only one that has that. Otherwise, we're looking at black bezels on the other pieces. The 91561, hey, we still have 5 payments in place, so $25.48. They're all good choices. You really can't make a bad choice of the bunch. We have the surprise price being seen for the very first time, so you're saving extra money at $127.42. And with the 5 value payments right there, extra savings for you. So 5 easy interest-free value payments. V91561. I know many of you are wondering, well, what's coming up this morning on Sunrise Style? Well, good thing I'm here because we have Addressing Women. The crinkle jacket with sequins is back. In fact, this sold out in January. We'll have the brand new color choice of Emerald today. Intro price and 3 value payments. Sunrise Style this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern Time. Andy Russo is taking you through that this morning right here on ShopNBC, so make sure that you are tuned in for some fashions there. Well, in fact, now as we continue on, we are going to dive right into something that is still being seen on an intro price, the Bailey Automatic. Yeah, we're going to start getting into some of the automatics here. One of the areas where Stuhrling really shines is on their watches with automatic movements. This has not been seen on the air. If you're saying it doesn't look familiar, well, it's been over a year, well over, frankly, since this was last presented. You can pick this one up today on 2 value payments of $59.09. We're still honoring the intro price. There's a rose tone or there is a silver tone option, and there's not a bad choice between the two. One might be a little bit more elegant, the other might be a little bit more casual, I don't know. The rose tone certainly has that executive sort of feel just because of the way that rose gold layering adds so much to it. This is one of the only times I've shown you a watch, first of all, with this particular movement, where you are getting, in fact, if you look right down there, that's just, I couldn't have asked for the shot to hit more instantaneously. Right down there at 6 o'clock, you're going to see 2 things happening from one pin. You have your seconds display. That makes the full rotation every minute. But running underneath that, making its move once a day, is your day display. So you have a very, very unusual configuration where your day and your seconds are operating from one position. Now, this goes into what we call the art of watchmaking, because all of this is being run by a mechanical automatic movement. Now, the foundation for this is the art of watchmaking that goes back, gosh, almost 100 years. But every time you have a mechanical watch and you do something different. You add a date display, you're adding in a day display, you're adding whatever it could be. In addition to basic time of day, you're adding in a quote-unquote complication. That adds cost to the manufacturing of the watch. My advice to you, if you don't know about mechanical automatics, go to my Facebook page someday when you have 20 minutes, because I have a link on there. It's in the links section on the left to a movie that was recorded in the 50s, actually I beg your pardon, in the 40s, that shows how a mechanical watch works. It is as valid today as it was back then. And again, it takes about 20 minutes to watch it because they go very basic with the explanation, so it's understandable. Now, you take that and you're adding in a complication there, and then a big complication here, your retrograde date display. There's a lot on this watch, Larry, for $177.27.
Absolutely, Shawn. I mean, this is a major, major watch collector's piece right here because, as you correctly pointed out, the movement is spectacular. A jeweled movement here, mechanical automatic, no battery in this timepiece with the computer chip, and yet off the same axis that's giving you the small seconds, you're getting the day of the week. As Shawn correctly pointed out, one complete revolution for your days every 7 days off the same axis that's making one revolution every minute.
Wow.
It is amazing. And then the retrograde date hand coming off of the center cannon pinion where your hours and minutes go full 360 revolutions, then you're going to get, when it gets to 31, it's going to snap back to 1, a retrograde date hand off the same cannon pinion, which is amazing. Now, you see that little pusher over there at the 4 o'clock position, Shawn?
Yes.
If you push that, I think that's going to adjust your day of the week, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes, I believe you're back in. I
Right.
believe you're
there
correct.
You go. So if you want to set your day of the week, it's very easy to do with the pusher to set the watch. And also for your retrograde date hand, you have a recessed pusher to actually set your date on one of the sides of the case. But your 12, 4, and 8 are sitting on top of that skeletal dial border template that surrounds the day of the week subdial, and you see the design that it gives you. Yeah, very much like an interplanetary design where Bailey gets its name. But this is a 43 millimeter case design. Is that what your card says, Shawn? 42 or 43?
43.
43, that's what I thought. Yeah.
43.
43 millimeter case design, and also, as Shawn correctly pointed out as well, if you want the little dressier version, I'd go with the rose gold. You have 16 karat rose gold layering on this case. That gives it that kind of dressy edge to it. If you're more into the silver tones, then the one that Shawn is showing you right there, that'll kind of go with everything here. But this is a little bit the dressier version. Nice high-grade silicone rubber strap. Nice presence on the wrist at 43 millimeter, Shawn.
The strap is a 21 millimeter wide strap. I'll just say this, and you know, take it for what it's worth. The rubber strap is nice, but I'll tell you, if you were to slap an alligator strap on this, you suddenly have the look of about a $5,000 watch on your wrist. So you could really play that as a very expensive timepiece. Looks great as it is. I'm not saying you have to do that, but if you really wanted to kick this up to another level,
you could.
You put that on an alligator strap and suddenly your watch is in a whole new league. But many people are big fans of rubber straps. You're going to wear it and just enjoy it as is, as you should. Has not been seen since May. First time ever being seen on 3 value payments. Every previous airing, this has been on 2, every one. So now you're seeing this for the first time on 3 value payments. I am a major fan of that watch, that rose tone in particular, although that silver tone is spectacular as well. Great pieces. We did not show you this in the preview, so just a quick look at the Madison Avenue. Larry mentioned it a couple times. More of these just arrived. So we've got a good inventory for now. Introductory price of $152.48 and 3 payments of $50.95, V90915. One more for the ladies out there. Great opportunity for you gals to take a look at the Courtly Diamond Swiss Quartz strap watch with a surprise price of $99.64. 3 color choices there, and then that is definitely an exclusively feminine design, V90874. We are going to take a few moments here, and I don't honestly know how much time I have, but we are going to take you through what is probably going to be the sellout airing now on the Uptown Aussie XL. This debuted a year ago, and we have sold hundreds upon hundreds of this watch. For today's show, I have 55 left.
Wow.
5-star customer choice item. Your price is now $94.14. Putting this on 5 payments, so $18.83. That's it. Can get home one of the most talked about timepieces in the Stuhrling collection. I have had more emails from people who have purchased this watch and have fallen in love with it since this was first introduced. This is the XL piece. You'll see the case length on this one. It's about, well, it says 49. I'm going to double check it, but that's probably about right since 2 inches equates to almost 50 millimeters. So that's the length of this watch. It does have a very comfortable fit to it, however, and part of that is because this has one of the most incredible bracelets. But there's the shot of the night, the dial work on this one, Larry.
Yeah, our Guilloche Soleil texturization, which is a sunray pattern, our Uptown Aussie XL Elite. This is the Elite version. We do this timepiece also on a leather strap as well.
Yes, you do.
The Elite has this incredible, I mean incredible, 7-row link bracelet. 7-row. These are all individually custom molded links that are put together, angled links at that, Shawn. The bracelet alone is certainly worth this price. Then you do get the Swiss Ronda movement here that not only gives you 3 hands and a date, which is what we had in the original Aussie, which was a 45 millimeter from 12 to 6. This is actually 49.5 millimeters from 12 to 6. But we gave it a curvature on the case as well. But not only 3 hands and a date, we went 3 hands with the day and date. But that's not all, Shawn. It's 3 hands, day and date. Bilingual day and date.
About that.
This has French and English. So if you want to put it into, parlez-vous français, you can put it there it is. And here it is. You have it to jeudi for Thursday.
Oui.
Yeah, and then once you set it to the language of choice, it'll click over every other one and stay on the French or stay on the English. There's Friday. And
so if I leave it there, then as the days rotate, it will stay there.
Right,
So.
and so you can actually set it to your language of choice. But this, the triple step design on the bezel, as you can see right there, the curvature. Now, I will say this. On the XL, it is roughly 50 millimeters from 12 to 6, okay? However, I would say if you're under, you should have at least a 7-inch wrist size to wear this. Now, are you 6 3/4?
6 3/4. Let me put this on.
Go ahead and put it on. And the reason I say that is because even with the curvature, it has kind of extended, the lug design kind of extends out from the case to wrap the wrist. So, is it okay on you?
It's right at the end of
I would say
wear.
7 and above. I'll show it on my wrist when we get a chance here. We have 1:50 left here. So, and I wear an 8. So it will give you a different look. If you don't mind wearing it strictly as a bracelet, you want to wear it a little loose, then it's fine.
Right.
But if you like wearing your watches kind of tight to the wrist, I would say you need at least a 7.
I agree. No, I agree with Larry, and I've said basically the same thing before. That's why I'm going to hand this off to Larry so you can see it on his wrist. There is a version, or was, I don't know if it's still in the inventory, on a leather strap that you might be able to consider that one.
That one will wrap the smaller wrist because the turns immediately.
Right.
But you see the extended on the lug.
I know exactly what you mean.
For the bracelet.
So just do keep that in mind.
Check this out, guys. You can't miss this, guys. Don't let this slip by because, especially here, they're offering the payment options, the clearance opportunity.
We have 5 value payments here.
This is gorgeous.
Incidentally, about fewer than 50 now remaining, so I hope you can get in and get one of these. In fact, now 42
This is unbelievable.
Remaining, so this is going to be gone. Very quick customer choice on this, too. Customer choice item. So we can share one of the reviews with you. Post it on ShopNBC.com. You can check them all out yourself if you would like anytime by going to the website. It says it all. Great watch. Very nice and classy. I got it in the black eye. Pune was very impressed. This is my first Stuhrling, but won't be my last. Cool Hand Luke from South Florida. I like that. Good movie. But thank you again.
Push
for
button
that,
butterfly clasp too, Shawn.
It's got everything. So you've got the upgraded clasp. The bracelet is an upgrade in and of itself, and you just don't find bracelets like this at $94.14.
See the curvature?
Swiss Ronda movement inside of there. So every upgrade is there. Final 3 dozen remaining, however. So if you were interested in it, write down this item number, V91187.
Don't let that get by.
Larry's right, because anybody that misses out on that is probably going to be kicking themselves tomorrow. Okay, I have been waiting for this one all day.
The Tournée, Shawn.
The Tournée.
Yeah,
the Tournée.
If the graphic had the capability of putting that little slash
the little accent
over the E,
yes,
then that would have told you how to.
Yes.
Yeah.
The Tournay is being seen. I was in here yesterday afternoon for a marketing meeting. Boy, that was a lot of fun, let me tell you. Oh,
You
wow.
guys want marketing?
Oh. There are divisions of this company that just, I don't belong interjecting my opinions with. And that was
Really?
one of them. Oh, boy. Anyway, but afterwards, I went to look at my Stuhrling show, because that's what I was more interested in. I said, I want to see the watches that I have, and this is the first one I picked up. I hadn't seen this yet. Jim debuted this, I don't know, 2-3 weeks ago, whatever it was, and sold through a ton of these, leaving us with, and I'm not kidding, about 38 of these watches now. So if you are interested in the Tournay, you need to order now. I don't mean to sound like I'm rushing you, but you need to grab this one now. Priced at $199.48. Your first value payment, $66.49. Larry, I'm going to leave it to you to decide where we begin and what we talk about first on this one, because my mind's just racing on this. I love this thing.
Well, we'll start. You see all these complications and
you do.
subdials here. This is the Swiss ISA 8173 GMT alarm multi-complication movement here. You've got a day of the week down there at 6 o'clock, Shawn.
Yeah.
You've got your date aperture over there at the 4 o'clock, giving you your date, of course. You've got your small seconds up here at 2 o'clock. Over there, you see at the 10 o'clock position, that subdial, that tells you if your alarm is on or off. It's got a little beep, 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 if you want to set the alarm. Okay, how did you like my impersonation of the alarm?
Sounded like a truck
Backing up. Okay. But anyway, you can turn it on or off, and the way you set the alarm is with, you see the different pointer hands over there. If you see that one up there pointing way up there to the 23, you see the little...
Oh, the hand you're talking about.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. Yes, yes, right
that
there.
hand right there, that's your GMT hand,
Yes.
okay? Now, the other hand is with the red arrow tip, that's what you're going to use to actually set your alarm. You can put it, where you want it to go off at 12 o'clock. Now, that subdial also over there at the 10 o'clock position gives you what we call an end-of-life battery indication. This is a Swiss ISA quartz movement here, so it does have a battery. It gives you a battery life of about 4 years. Now, also, take a look at the bezel. The bezel has the carbon fiber inlaid in the bezel, and then it's got that very, polished acrylic plate or an acrylic, covering over it. It is a rotating bezel as well.
Oh, yeah.
It's a 50-millimeter case design, so it's got a nice presence on the wrist. One of us needs to show up before we get out. Nice curvature as well on the lugs. Very comfortable on the wrist design. This is from our Olympian series in our Sportsman's collection, Shawn.
I can see why Jim blew through so many of these when he did. There's the strap. I'll give this to Larry to throw this on his wrist very quickly here, just because of the wrist size here, and it is a larger case. Intro price, not going to last. Fewer than 3 dozen of these right now available with 3 value payments of $66.49. This is one of the best examples yet of why Stuhrling Original, and I'm not kidding when I say this, over the past 3 months has become the go-to brand for so many of you. The sales have skyrocketed on Stuhrling above and beyond our other brands even. So you are getting in on one of the hottest, most talked about brands on ShopNBC right now. There's a reason why Stuhrling Nation is tuning in like they are for all of these shows. V91611. Also want to mention that we still have your Apocalypse Grand available. Surprise price, brand new today at $127.42 and 5 payments of $25.48. It's kind of hard to see, but there is that green option, which is wonderful. Otherwise, blue and black and all black. The green will be the first one to go, V91561. And also this morning, ladies, you can get in on our beautiful Courtly Diamond Swiss Quartz strap watch with a surprise price of $99.64 and 5 payments of $19.93. Well, from time to time, we like to get this next watch back in stock, and luckily we do have a supply right now just back in stock of this particular color choice of the Alpine. We are going to offer this at a price that I wish was around when I purchased mine. My Alpine, well, was at actually I can tell you, we were at $191 when I purchased mine, and this was when Stuhrling returned a few years ago here. And I don't regret it for a second. I love my Alpine. It's one of my favorite Stuhrling original timepieces. You're getting yours for, I think it's 48% off of our ShopNBC price, so a big savings. So you can get this tonight, and we've sold thousands of this watch, for $99.68. We have 4 payments of $24.92. The color choices are very simple. Black, the brown, or the one you see right there, which is the one our producer Amy purchased for her husband, the blue version. So there's 3, and again, there's not a bad choice that you can make here. 3 tremendous executions of the Alpine. This has to be one of Stuhrling's biggest selling watches.
Absolutely, Shawn. As I said earlier in the show, we have become known for our skeletonized mechanical automatic timepieces. We have about 75 or so in our entire gallery.
Well, are you serious?
Yes.
I did not know that.
We have so many. But I will say this, the Alpine is the #1 all-time selling skeleton mechanical automatic timepiece within our Lifestyles collection. The #1 overall is the Delphi, which is from the Classic, but this is actually in the overall #2, but #1 in the Lifestyles collection. And I think, now let me say this about the Alpine. It goes back about almost 5 years now, the original Alpine. We did it in 3 original color executions. These 3 color choices that you see here, we came out with in 2009. So these are the 3 newer color executions. The one that Shawn is showing you here, you would order as black, and that is the one that has the 16-karat rose gold layered case. This is the only one of the 6 executions that has a rose gold case. So if you're looking for the uniqueness of the rose gold, you would order it as black, Shawn. Now, the Alpine design, what Shawn is showing you here, everything about this design is just a little bit puffed out. Let's start with the domed crystal, okay?
Right.
You've got a nice domed crystal. If you look at the slope of the lugs, they wrap the wrist absolutely beautifully. It's so comfortable on the wrist. 46mm case design. And now you look at the edges of the case. We call that scalloped edges. You look at the big bulbous style crown, Shawn, like a globular crown. It's even got that, you know, rubber ring. We call it an equatorial rubber ring that goes around the globular style crown. But even the cigar style hands are a little bit puffed out, you know. And by the way, I don't know if we have a loom shot for the audience here, but the luminous hands on the Alpine are just, they glow like a Christmas tree, Shawn. They're so, they're just so loaded with luminescence here. And then there's that signature propeller style faceplate, Shawn, with the 12, 4, and 8 that is, you know, affixed to the dial, what's remaining of the dial, of course. And then if you look at even on the outer perimeter where you have that minute track, you'll even see that what's remaining has the sunray texturization on that dial, which didn't even have to be done, but it is done. That's in the details. So, you know, everything about it is in the details, and let's not forget, it is a mechanical automatic. It is skeletonized. There is no battery in this timepiece, Shawn.
It's done, and it's done beautifully. Let's work some magic and show you the luminescence on this, too, just so you can see those hands and how they do glow so very, very brightly.
I told you.
You know, that's a hallmark of quality, the superluminova material that is used on there. Actually, as you're looking at the front, I want you to see the back of the watch now, because here's where the rest of the magic lies. Should I show this one?
Well, the blue is just so striking.
Because the blue really is. The blue is dramatic. The blue has that stunning, stunning, stunning blue rotor on this one. It's the only one that has that.
Yeah, and it has the color-coordinated rotor. Even the brown, of course, has the brown PVD rotor. As well. You see even the rotor's been skeletonized, and you see the scroll work on the rotor as well. So again, a signature piece for us. There's the notched case back that you know is threaded, 50 meters, water resistant, solid 316L steel. Just a super opportunity to get one of our most unique pieces in our entire collection. And also, Shawn, with the new 3 colors that we did last year in 2009, you'll notice the texturization that we did on the strap is a little bit different than we did on the original 3. It's kind of has like a weave. I mean, this would be great with denim. I mean, if you're into the blue jeans, you're a blue jeans kind of guy, that blue is just perfect for it.
Many of you have reviewed this on ShopNBC.com, and your consistent favorable reviews have made this a customer choice item, and I'm going to share one of those reviews with you before we get too far into this. Actually, we don't have a lot of time remaining in this presentation. Wow, received my watch today. Wow, what a great looking timepiece. This is my first Stuhrling, but won't be my last. Freddie 4888 from New Jersey. Yeah, we have heard that a lot. Many people have said, my first won't be my last. Stuhrling Nation grows every time, and as I said, every month, the past few months, Stuhrling has become even bigger at the network here, and it's because of your response to it. You're coming back for that second, that third, that fourth, that 10th Stuhrling original timepiece, and they're also magnificent. Maybe you've had enough quartz movements to last you for a while, you're ready for some mechanical automatics, this is a great way to go. And with that wonderful dome crystal, it is an attention getter. We have completely sold through now. What was the count at on this one? It was almost over 1,900. Getting close to 2,000 of these have been ordered. I know for a fact that I have fewer than 300 to go around. Real quick.
And that 1,900 is just these three colors.
Oh, yeah. Oh, good point.
Yeah.
Yes, you're right.
We also had the original three, which was many thousands. We also had the Alpine Challenge, which was
That's
the new
true.
ones for this year, which is many thousands, and we had the Slalom as well.
Yeah, so that's just under this item number.
Right.
These three, V90504. But maybe you're more interested in Panther bangle bracelets. Well, then guess what? They're back in stock after selling out in April, and we're introducing the new Platinum Black color choice with a special anniversary price, saving you more than $20 off and 4 value payments, 925 Fusion, Thursday at noon Eastern Time. Don't we have some 925 Fusion coming up yet this morning? I thought there was a 925 Fusion show. Christine has. Okay. After we're done here, Christine Quanley is already getting set for some 925 Fusion, but that will be coming up in a show this afternoon. Well, let's see. In fact, now moving into an intro-priced item hasn't been seen on the network in a couple months here. This is the most aptly named piece. This is the Madison Avenue watch, and we just got more of these in stock. So the good news is all 3 color options. The excuse me. Silver tone dial with the rose tone case, that's on the top. The black dial with the silver tone case, bottom right, and then the silver tone dial with the silver tone case, bottom left. There are some other variables that you're going to find on each one of these depending on the one that you purchase. Your intro price, $152.84. We have 3 value pays of $50.95. I'm just going to make a couple changes here because I think for TV purposes, this might be the one that shows up just a little bit more clearly on your screen. They're all very nice and they're all fine choices, but I want you to see, and this would be the silver tone, the size of this watch, and what a remarkable, classic-looking timepiece this is. My favorite Stuhrlings that I have at home are the very vintage-inspired mechanical automatic watches that look like they've been in your family for generations. This is one of them, and there's a lot of reasons why I say that. It's not just the fact it is on an automatic movement. As you look at the dial work here, this is almost dial work from a bygone era.
Absolutely, Shawn. You know, this is, as you say, vintage Stuhrling original. You see the guilloche soleil pattern in the center, then you've kind of got this swirled sunray pattern going around the outer portion of the track as well. This dial, each one of these dials has been struck more than 30 times to create these dials individually. They're not just, you know, stamped out like 200 dials in one stamping. No, each one has been struck about 30 times with hydraulic machines. But this piece is our Madison Avenue. It goes back about 6 years. I always get a kick when it says introductory price, and we have a model here that's the first time it debuted on ShopNBC was almost 6 years ago, and it was at a much higher price than this. But nevertheless, the times have changed, things have changed, SKUs have changed, and every time you change a new SKU,
that's
you know,
exactly what happens.
It's being reintroduced. But nevertheless, look at I mean, this is really one of our classiest, dressiest pieces.
It certainly is.
This is mechanical automatic. There's no quartz movement, no computer chip in this timepiece. You are getting a day and date. It's got what we call the roulette style date wheel, where you have alternating, you know, black and white for the calendar dates. And then when you get to the first of the month, it's done in red.
Oh, you know, I didn't notice that on this one.
Yeah, just to, you know, remind you that it's the first of the month. But nevertheless, very, very dressy timepiece, boardroom style piece. Looks like, you know, many thousands of dollars on the wrist. The case design is a tonneau-shaped case, which is very dressy, very elegant, but take a look at the lug design, Shawn. It's actually got what we call shoulders for the lugs, the way they slope off of the case. A solid 316L stainless steel case, 20 millimeter wide, genuine leather strap with the alligator embossing. There's those shoulders for the lugs right there as they're sloping off the case. Nice shot, fellas.
Ooh.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous.
Nice
You do
touch.
have, you notice the domed crystal. That is a custom cut, crystal. Think about it. It's a tonneau shaped crystal, as you can see. It's not perfectly rectangular. So it's custom cut, just the shape, but it's also domed. It's domed and tonneau shaped crystal. Cristerna, so it gives you the most shatter resistant crystal in the industry. It's got more strength over a spread surface area than sapphire. Nice shot, Shawn, on the three-dimensionality of the dial here. You can see all of those Arabic numerals have been individually applied to the dial. They're not embossed on the dial. They're actually separate pieces. Even the border for the date, the day and date, you see those pieces there? Those are applied to the dial as well. See the actual border frame?
Yeah.
Great shot on that, Shawn. And I would go, the one that Shawn is showing you, that would be my choice, because, with the silver tone case with the blued hands and blued numerals give it that really high-end, homage to Breguet with the blue hands and the blue dial, or the blue markers as well.
This is why I love my third shift crew. They're not afraid of extreme close-ups. They know what it takes to show you these watches. I don't have to beg and plead for an extreme close-up of a watch. So, to all the control room, you're the best.
Can I tell you something? That was a beautiful shot, by the way. Thank you. But it took you were leading the charge here by giving them those angles too. They know you, and they knew what you wanted. But let me say this: when I first joined Stuhrling Original 6 years ago, Shawn, okay, the very first watch that I got from the company was this one. I still have.
Really? I never knew that.
No, but this execution, I still have mine. It's at home. I don't. Now I'm doing. What happens? You go through cycles. But my point is, okay, the rose gold with the brown strap with the rose gold buckle. This was my choice. I still have mine today.
It's funny you say that, because I was just informed that is the most limited of the three. So for anybody else that is liking that and looking for a classic watch, there's something to be said for a watch that is in your jewelry box and you go back to year after year after year after year. I've been a watch collector a lot of years, and there are some that I look at in my jewelry box. I'll be honest, there are some that right now I'm actually in the process of liquidating. I'm selling because I haven't worn in literally 10 years. Why am I hanging on to it? Someone will wear it. These classic pieces, I'll wear forever. I enjoy my Stuhrling classic designs. I enjoy classic timepieces because you do go to them again and again and again. The clock is almost gone. We have 3 easy value payments of $50.95. You can see the texturing done on the dial. You can see the beautiful Arabic numerals on this piece. This that I'm showing you here is the silver tone. The one Larry had was silver tone, rose tone. Black and silver tone is the one we've kind of neglected in the bunch here. They're all phenomenal. You just will not make a bad choice. V90915. V90915. But we continue, and here's some of the other items that are still available in this hour. And again, one more hour to come of Stuhrling Original. We'll let you know about that Uptown Aussie once more. Boy, has this been a popular one. In fact, right now, 2 dozen left. So even at this very late hour, that's going to be sold out.
Don't let it go, guys.
No, please don't. $94.14 is your clearance. V91187. And of course, our Alpine automatic, very, very popular. Always is. All 3 color options are back in stock, so you can get them all. And they're all selling. Any could be the first to go. V90504. Clearance price of $99.68. And in fact, now just for the ladies out there, a very special something for you. And in fact, as we make available something that, again, has been a huge seller to the tune of, well, getting closer to 2,000 actually of these. Now a diamond watch for the ladies out there on a Swiss movement. Your price is $99.64, and your first payment $19.93. I'm going to start right away by measuring this. Ladies, it is a small watch. By today's standards,
Shawn.
it's petite.
It's petite.
Your case diameter is just shy of 30. Your width is 29. Your length lug to lug, and that's the longest dimension I can get, is 35.5. Case thickness, 7 millimeters thick. I'll even show you this with a standard ruler next to it just to hit home the point that for those of you that are maybe a little fed up or you just never did care for the trend of large watches on the ladies, many women don't, then this is designed just for you.
Well, Shawn, this is our Courtly. It's from our romance collection, our love series, and the whole motif of the Love series is all about hearts. And here our Corley has a beautiful free-form heart on the dial. As you can see, it has 10 points of diamonds. You actually have 25 stones here. So they're not, admittedly, they're not big stones, but nevertheless, you still have 10 points of diamonds. You're talking about a diamond timepiece for under $100.
That's true.
But I want to really hammer home a point here. Yes, it is petite, but it's very classy, it's very elegant. It's for those kind of more formal, dressy occasions. But this is not a fashion timepiece, Shawn, where typically in the ladies' side of the business, they have these fashion pieces that are $29 and $39 and $59, and they buy them in all the different colors to match their accessories and their shoes and everything. This is a serious timepiece, Shawn.
Yeah, of course.
It's got a Swiss quartz movement with 3 hands and a date. Many times on the ladies' side of the business, you don't get the date aperture.
Most of the time.
You're getting 2 hands or 3 hands. Here you have a Swiss Ronda movement that's giving you a date wheel. We put the date aperture over there at the 7 o'clock position, as you can see right there. And typically when you have a guilloché soleil, a sunray pattern on your dial, the texturization is going to emanate from the center of the dial. Here the sunray is emanating from the date aperture over at the 7 o'clock position. And Shawn, take a look at the date magnification bubble. It's done in the shape of
A heart.
a heart.
Yeah.
Very nicely done. That goes to the details. And also, here's another detail I don't want to overlook here too, Shawn, is that even on a petite timepiece like this is an amazing opportunity right here. Take a look at the profile of this, Shawn. You would never expect in a million years on such a petite timepiece that we would curve the case. It's more
Very true.
It's more expensive to do a curved case and curved case back than a flat. And on this piece, frankly, you don't really need the curvature, but it just makes it that much more comfortable. It's properly made. It was never intended to sell at this price point. The strap, Shawn, feel that French leather. It's so soft, it's so supple, it's so smooth. It has the snakeskin embossing with the genuine French leather. It is a sensational strap. The one that Shawn is showing you here has the 16-karat rose gold layering, as well as the brown, by the way. The red is probably the most romantic. The brown is for the earth tone people. And of course, you have the white strap. Every time we do a white strap watch for the ladies, it's usually the first one to go. And the last thing I want to say, take a look at the elegant choice on the hands as well, Shawn. You have a beautiful spade-style hour hand with a plume-style minute hand.
That is nice.
Very, very classic, Shawn.
Again, phenomenal choices, no matter which one you would happen to pick up. But if you're a big fan of very trendy, well, you might want to go for that white, very in style right now, especially the time of year, the seasons that we're in. The brown, you can even get away with wearing to work. And of course, that very romantic, very rich red would be a fine choice. If you're thinking ahead to gift giving for whatever the occasion might be, and you want to say, I love you, that red does it beautifully. They all do it because of the heart shape, but the red in particular, I think, has an extra edge to it. And they're all selling just about equally, actually.
Well, you brought up a good point. If you want to say I love you for gift giving, that kind of thing. Any guys watching the show, really, you go from zero to hero in one phone call, Shawn, because you're giving a diamond timepiece for,
That's a good point, actually.
I mean,
Real diamonds here. 10 is it 10 points, I think, worth of diamonds?
10 points, you get yourself right out of the doghouse right now.
Yeah, 10 points of genuine diamonds. These are real diamonds that you're looking at right there, and you can just see how beautiful they are. You've got a Swiss movement, and you have a gift that does say I love you, both in a very figurative and a really almost a literal manner there, with that beautiful heart shape and even the magnification bubble duplicating that. A lot of women, though, just love the design. They love the shape of hearts. There's something very feminine about it, so they'll enjoy that. Many women enjoy this one just because it's not huge. You're tired of watches that are oversized. You don't care for the big, large, manly watches on a lady's wrist, then this is perfect for you. This is the size that you've been waiting to see. The strap is a genuine leather strap. Looks like a lizard, but it is not. It's a real leather strap. It just has that texture to it. Saves you $100 by not having an exotic upgraded strap, though. $19.93. We have 5 value pays on this item as well, so that first payment of $19.93 will get that home, Jay. I did it again. It's a V item number V90874. V90874. Okay, we have more Stuhrling that we're going to be sharing with you coming up in the next hour. One final hour, more ladies, more new as well. So I want you to come right back. In fact, we have a number of clearance pieces thrown into the mix as well. So it's a good lineup. Stuhrling, hour 2 after these words.
Carmela. Please join us as we celebrate 925 Fusion's second-year anniversary. This growing line has become a signature for me and so many of us as we wear it from day to special event. Beautiful sterling silver base plated in 18-karat gold, yellow gold, and other fancy-colored gold. Line that has included the classics, contemporary designs, and high-end couture. So join us here at ShopNBC for the 925 Fusion Jewelry Celebration as we celebrate our second-year anniversary.
Enjoy a non-surgical facial uplift with Derman Skincare. This best-selling, luxurious skincare line features the Active Skin Firming Serum as a duo and at a remarkable low price. Skip the knives, injections, and surgery and get healthier, more youthful-looking skin with Derman Skincare on ShopNBC. Discover the richness of jewelry during Gold Day on ShopNBC. Gold has never been more luxurious, alluring, and exciting. Tune in for 25 hours of special Gold Day pricing and free shipping when purchased on your ShopNBC card. It's all right here during Gold Day on ShopNBC.
Stuhrling Original Timepieces continues here, right mid-conversation there. Larry and I have been chatting about things. We have some Stuhrling Original watches that we are going to be sharing with you over the next hour, and we have some of your favorites actually backed by demand. We have some new pieces. We have some clearance items. We have some new prices on some. Here's a look at a few of the watches coming up. Actually, man, you want to talk about the history of timekeeping? This really goes back to how the first wristwatches were ever invented. The San Marco Power Reserve strap watch, $164.78 is your clearance, B90150. Actually, let's predate that. Let's predate the first wristwatch ever with a pocket watch, the only Stuhrling original pocket watch we have in the inventory. It is V90691, the Monarch Moon Phase watch, priced at $109.28. For value pays of $27.32, B90691. So nice look at that. Then host pick coming up at the end of the hour. It is the Gen X. This actually has a surprise price in place of $117.48, and we have 4 value payments. We have sold over 1,000 or right around 1,000 of this watch, leaving us with a couple hundred to go around. It's on a citizen quartz movement here, and there's some unique complications on that one we'll share with you, V91655. Speaking of sharing, let's share the ShopNBC credit card with all of you and your ability to apply for one on the phone right now or on the website. When you go to the website, ShopNBC.com, look for the application button on the very bottom right there. Start the application process on your computer, and you'll know in 2 minutes' time whether you qualify or not. And if you do, you will get a $25 statement credit once you make your first purchase of $25 or more on ShopNBC.com. So all kinds of good things, including more watches, more Stuhrling Original, and we have Larry Magen from Stuhrling Original Timepieces joining us for our second hour. This is just the start of your visit, though, isn't it?
Yeah, just getting started here. 2 hours with you. We have 1 hour tomorrow afternoon with Allison, and then 2 hours tomorrow night with Jim Skelton, and back to New York.
Yeah, so just a nice visit, though, and we're packing in a lot, including some new pieces, and a watch here you're seeing at a new low price. This is a new low price this month on the Spirit, on an automatic movement, 20-jewel automatic movement. We have it in blue and gray, or we have it in all brown, or do I have a third choice? I have 3 choices listed on my card. Anyone? Anyone? It's V91189. We do know that, and it's priced at $117.18. First payment $59.06. So we'll find out for sure what the choices are that you're getting here. But a good-looking watch. You know what I'm going to do right away? I am going to weigh this. This is on a leather strap. Wow, go figure. The planners put incorrect information on my card. That never happens. We'll just scratch that out then. What is it again? Black, white, and brown. Okay, so those are the 2 choices that we have. There we go. This watch weighs 150 grams. It's on a leather strap. Still weighs a ton. 150 150 grams in weight. So you are getting in on a very heavy timepiece here. The black and white is the most limited. In fact, only about a dozen remaining, which is fine because the brown is the one I was going to ask for all your attention on anyways. We talk about complications. I'm just going to toss out a few at you very quickly here. First of all, retrograde date display over on the left, running from 9 to almost 11. Retrograde day display on the right, running from 3 to just about 1 o'clock. Sandwiched in between that, your hour hand and your minute hand, and then, of course, open heart down at 6 o'clock. This here, all of this here, all powered by one mechanical automatic movement. Larry, amazing.
Yeah, great mechanical automatic movement on this timepiece. You see the nice design on the rotor. As you can see, take a look. You also will notice the screws in the case back, so you know it's a screwed-in case back as well. Always tell people to turn over your watch, take a look at those case backs, look for decoration, look for the screws, look for the notches for the threads. You don't want to just have a pop-off case back.
No.
You can even see this has a ball-bearing rotor, another upgrade, another step up here. Gives you a little bit smoother operation of the rotor. Now this is our Spirit, which is actually short for Spirit of the Apocalypse, but it's from our Apocalypse series, that same well-known Apocalypse design from our Epiphany collection. The 10-sided bezel, the signature Stuhrling S screw heads going around the bezel here. Now this is a 46 millimeter case design. We've got them in 42s, 46, 47, 49, 52, different sizes in the case, in the series. But at 46, this one really is kind of in that mid-range, nice presence on the wrist. And we call it the Spirit because this is just like a, what do you want to say, not a collaboration, but two worlds colliding, a collision between sport and dress, because this is the same movement, the same complications as our Saturnalia from our boardroom collection with this particular movement that has the retrograde day of the week and the retrograde date. It's also got the open heart, as you pointed out, at 6 o'clock. And if you look underneath that bridge, that bow tie bridge at 6 o'clock, you'll actually notice a little flywheel that goes around. It's synced to the second hand, which gives you that effect of a tourbillon effect. It gives you the look of a tourbillon.
I'm informed that calls just doubled on the phone line, so I'm not surprised everybody is grabbing this watch, assuming most of you are picking up on this one. So you're in some good competition here, some very stiff competition for this. I just sized the bracelet down, or the strap down, I sized it down too far. Let me show you how this works, actually, because this is something you might not be familiar with. So before I put this on, let me demonstrate the adjustment that I'm going to make, because this is on a dual deploying clasp. So when it's shut like that. Of course, put the extra material through your strap keeper there. Push down on these two buttons. That opens it up, and you'll see that all of this is done in the same rose gold layering as the case and the rotor is. Now let's go over here, because here's what you're going to look for to size this. This portion pops up. So that's a little safety that opens up. Now from the back, you're going to see this tab has a little pin. That is going to find a home in one of these holes, and I'm going to loosen it. So let me go down one more. I'm going to pop that through to there and then press down. I've now locked that in place. Then when I go to put the watch on from now on, I'm just working the clasp. What I've just done is eliminated wear and tear on the leather strap. So you know how on your belt you can tell whether you've put on or lost weight because you can see where that clasp was locking on your belt? Well, you're not going to have that here because this is adjusting here, and even if you were to readjust this into another hole, you're not going to see some obvious line of demarcation right there. Now it should be sized for me to wear this, so I'll put this on my wrist so you can see this. Now realize, going back to the watch movement, this 20 joule automatic movement is not just giving you the time of day, it is giving you what amounts to a calendar with your day and your date. Now those adjustments are made, they're recessed pushers on the bottom of the case. One there and one over there.
That's correct. And you will get a little pusher tool that comes with it, Shawn.
Oh, I do?
Yeah,
okay, great.
It looks something like this. Now this is mine's a little scratched up. I've had it for over a year. But I mean, that's the tool that comes with it. It says Stuhrling on it and everything.
Oh, that's
nice.
But
yeah, you get the pusher to set the day and date.
Perfect. So you don't have to use a pen because that would leave a little mark on your watch.
Yeah.
So you want to make sure that you use that correct tool. This is so nice on.
Yeah, 46 millimeter case size on our Spirit. You've got the dress complications here, retrograde day, retrograde date, the jeweled movement here. And again, the signature of the case design, also the covered lugs. I mean, you see how this strap, this is a very heavy, padded leather strap that's got the crocodile embossing on it. You have the contrast stitching on this black one. On the brown version, you don't have the contrast stitching. But nevertheless, it seamlessly goes right into the case with the covered lugs. So there's the nice presence on the wrist, as you can see right here.
So guys, once more, the benefit of an automatic, never have to buy a battery, never have to go to your jewelry box and see a watch not working. If the time isn't running, all you do is wind it up, literally by winding it with the crown, or shake it a few times to get that rotor moving on the back. As long as you're wearing the watch, it's going to be functioning. However, need to adjust the day or the date because you haven't worn it in a few days, you have the recessed pushers. You're not sitting there having to wind the watch for minutes at a time just to get it to move through the course of days in order to get the day to move. You have the quick little recessed pushers. $177.18 is your clearance price. And once more, the brown version that I have in front of you, or what Larry had on, the black and the white, are the only two choices. It's heavy, even though it's on a leather strap, 151 grams in weight, and the vast majority of the weight is in that case. B91189s. I know you are going to love that one. We got another new watch moments away. But first, we're going to share with you the Apocalypse Grand once more. Still available at $127.42. The green in the middle is maybe the hidden choice there. We'll revisit what's left of those a little bit later in the hour. B91561. Then we have the Admiral chronograph. We have an orange or a green choice right here. These are back in stock, and $226.82 is your intro price, and 4 payments of $56.70. B91603. So a couple nice options there. I mentioned some more brand new items, and in fact, you're going to see one of our newest additions to the Stuhrling Original Collection right here. This is the Regatta Meridian. It's an automatic dive style watch for $217.50, and it is brand new right now. It is large, on about a 49 millimeter case diameter, with a 24 joule automatic movement powering this one.
Well, Shawn, I don't know if you've seen our new Regatta Meridian. Now, we brought it to ShopNBC before, but it wasn't. This is a new execution now with the black and the orange accents, as you can see right here. But mechanical automatic, as you can see, it's got the small seconds over at the 9 o'clock with the data aperture at 3 o'clock. But this Regatta Meridian, this is from in our water sports collection, our Regatta series. Our original Regatta was a 42 millimeter case design. This is the new 49. It's got the beautiful high-grade silicone leather strap with the stainless steel link in the strap. Very signature to this design is that link in the rubber strap as well. The wave pattern on the narrow bezel. There's that link with the Stuhrling logo on it as well. You'll notice that the end links on the rubber strap, the way they integrate with the case, is just fantastic. I mean, it's properly made, Shawn. But this is really one of our finest new model designs of 2010. And we're so proud of our Regatta Meridian.
Yeah, you should be.
Our entire Regatta series, but the new Meridian in the larger size. We have a chronograph version as well now, but this is the mechanical automatic. And this was the one that actually came out first before the chrono. Came out a few months back, but this is a brand new execution now.
There you can see the black rotor. I mentioned earlier rotors. What is a rotor? A rotor is what's keeping the watch wound. And I'm pausing on my words here because I'm thinking in the back of my mind, well, that's one of two ways. So let me explain. If you're wearing this watch, that rotor is going to move around, and that winds your watch. So as long as you have this on your wrist and that is doing its thing, that's winding the watch for you. If I were to put this down and leave it for a day and a half or so, rotor's not moving. It's just sitting there. So it's using its power. It's going to wind down. So when I go to put this on, I'm going to look down at this and say, wait a minute, that time isn't right, and the date might not be right. Well, you have a crown right here that is actually a screw-down crown. So let me explain what this is, because you're going to want to You ever set a watch? And I'm not trying to be facetious with that. There's a generation of people who have grown up that have never wound a watch and never had to set a watch before. So that's why I'm explaining this. So as people our age are kind of chuckle a little bit. Unscrew this. You'll feel it kind of pop into the first position. It just did that. Nothing visually for you to see, but I just felt it. Now, if I go, what is that, clockwise, I'm winding the watch. That is what's adding power to it. So now as I turn this, it is getting that mainspring tightened up inside of the watch. So it is powering it up. So in lieu of a battery, that's my power. It just, isn't that disgusting? There's a whole generation, almost two, that have never wound a watch.
And because it's a self-winding, now once you've given it the initiation process, we call that, Shawn.
There you go. Yes.
You can actually now put the crown back in. It does have a screw-down crown, which is nice to know.
Make sure you do that.
Gives you 100 meters of water resistance on this timepiece, fellas. But you can now screw it back in and just put it on your wrist, start wearing it, and off you go. And it's going to keep it wound just by the natural movement of your arm and wrist.
Yeah, so that's all there is to that. It is very simple and very
Which one of us is going to show what it looks like on the wrist, Shawn?
Go ahead. It's a very generous bracelet, and so I'm going to hand this off to Larry because this is a very, very generous rubber strap. Now, and that said, this is one where I would suggest have your jeweler size this, okay? And I know a lot of people have tool kits and they're comfortable doing it, but he's going to cut some of the extra rubber on this, so you want to make sure that you have your wrist properly measured and adjusted for your wrist. So I would say have a jeweler size this one for you.
Yeah, exactly. It's got the push button diver's flip lock safety clasp as well. We always try to give you those push buttons whenever we can. We don't do it on all of them, but this one does have the push button deploying clasp.
I like that better with your outfit anyways.
But okay, very well. But nevertheless, you know, I love black and orange, and here we have the black and orange execution now in the new Regatta Meridian for 2010. Nice presence on the wrist at 49 millimeters. And even though it's in the water sports collection, it looks like a boardroom piece, Shawn.
Oh, very much so. It certainly does. $217.50 your ShopNBC price. It might be brand new today. May not last very long. First presentation on that one. One of the larger cases that we have in the show, too, at 49 millimeters. So if you're looking for the larger watches, that is a good one.
Oh, here comes the chrono version.
Oh, well, yeah, in fact, coming up in just a second here, in a few minutes, you can order ahead of time. We will get to the chrono version that is brand new this month. Has only had a few airings, I think 3, so you might be seeing this for the first time. That's on a quartz. Well, let me hold off on the movement information on that until we get there, because I don't want to confuse you.
Yep.
Be 91610, but it is brand new this month. You'll have to listen into the movement information on that. Coming up in about 18 minutes or so, the Traveler right here. Another one I love, 9123. This is on a Swiss quartz movement. We have this in several dial choices, but again, a very expensive looking watch. Got a World Traveler sort of feel to it. B91220. That takes us to, if you're a history buff like I am, it's always fun to kind of learn how things evolve and things come into being. And if you ever study the history of wristwatches, you'll know that the very first wristwatches were nothing more than a pocket watch that had a strap attached to it so it could be thrown on the wrist. Well, this is an homage to that because it looks like a square pocket watch with a leather strap attached to it, priced at $164.78. It's on 5 payments of $32.96. We have this available in the black or in the white option. So I will steal the white just for measurement purposes here so you can see how large this is. And actually what I'm going to do, well, let me do this here first. With the calipers, your width on the watch is 35. If I go from the very top part to the bottom, it's almost 53 long. So quite more of a length as opposed to a width, which again for a pocket watch is how that would have been designed, but also how a pocket watch would have been running back in the ye olden days. It would have been a mechanical. This is on a mechanical automatic movement.
Yeah, very well said, Shawn. It is a throwback. It's a throwback to, this is from our Old World Treasures series, okay? In our special reserve collection. But nevertheless, it is a throwback because you have the crown and bow at the 12 o'clock position, which is reminding you of the days when you did strap pocket watches to the wrist. But you didn't see square pocket watches.
No.
This is the sister piece to our Emperor, which is a round timepiece. And we came out with the San Marco, oh gosh, I'd say about 4 years ago. And it still remains as one of our most popular dress pieces that we make. It's not going away anytime soon. One of the things that makes this such a fantastic value today is that it is a genuine power reserve indication. You see, and it's up in the upper right quadrant of the watch. You very rarely will see the power reserve indicators up there at the 1, 2 o'clock position. They're usually at 12 o'clock or 6 o'clock. In any case, here it is in the upper right-hand corner. And as you wind the watch, that needle is kind of like a gas gauge on a car. It'll actually wind up to 40 hours of power reserve. And as Shawn is winding the watch, you can see slowly but surely that needle is moving up to 20, and you could take it all the way up to 40. And one of the nice things about this, Shawn, is that as you're wearing the watch, you can always just glance down, and at a single glance, you can tell how many hours you have remaining on the mainspring. And, you know, just by wearing it, it's going to keep it wound. You don't always have to keep it up at 40.
No.
But it's still nice to know, because on most mechanical automatics, you really have no idea if you have 3 hours left or 30 hours left.
And that's very true. You really don't.
Yeah.
So this way you absolutely do. Now, one of the other kind of cool things that this one
This is
has
gorgeous
here, I'm
watch.
going to just pull the crown out so I can advance the time a little bit. You'll see on the right, or excuse me, on the left, an AM/PM indicator. So
Correct.
you know whether you have the time set as you're making the adjustment for daytime or nighttime. Like right now, I know we have it set for nighttime, so 8:30, 9 o'clock at night. So if I keep going up here towards midnight, in fact, you can see the date display is already starting to make its adjustment there. So that is going to pop over then at midnight to the 13th. Did it right there at the stroke of midnight. That's why we always say, too, you never want to make manual adjustments to your date display between about 9 and 3, 9 at night, 3 in the morning, because the mechanism inside is doing its own thing, and you want to let that do its own
Correct.
thing. You don't want to be messing with it.
Right. Here's a nice view of the case back. You can actually see through the exhibition case back some perlage
Oh, you really can.
finishing on the back plates. You see what we call Côte de Genève striping on the pillar plates, and then you've got a damier finish, which is a net texturization on the rotor itself with the logo. You can also see the screws in the 4 corners if we pull out a little bit. But this is, again, one of our signature pieces for our collection. The San Marco has been one of our all-time pieces for the last 4 to 5 years, Shawn. It's got the T-bar style lugs, very dressy timepiece, and you'll notice how it's got like a sunray dial that's like splashing down on the, you know, from the right side down across the dial down to the lower left corner, just like in San Marco, Italy, where they have the piazza, they have the square there, and the sun just washes down on the square. And that's kind of where it gets its name from. All of those Arabic numerals, those very fancy Arabic numerals, are individually applied to the dial. Beautiful step design on the case. I mean, this is just a beauty. I mean, this is like a really artistic timepiece here. Very dressy. Wear it with a tuxedo, wear it with a suit, wear it to a special event, a New Year's Eve, a wedding, out to dinner with friends, a boardroom meeting. This is a really classy, elegant timepiece. Here it is.
This is one of those when I'm a season ticket orchestra holder person, and this is one of the watches I've worn mine to those events, and so it's perfect for those kind of events. The 90150 first payment. Oh, I didn't realize we have 5 payments on this. Where was I? $32.96. So you're getting this home once that first easy interest-free value payment is on your major credit card. So that's barely $1 a day cash equivalency, and you're going to be wearing and enjoying that watch the whole time. And what a treasure that is. The 90150. So continue to call in. In a moment, though, another one of the Mad Men pieces, which is tremendous. Host pick at the end of the hour. The Gen X Quartz on a rubber strap, $29.37 is your first value payment. Be 91655. That's the item number to have written down when you call in so you can get your order placed. I mentioned that we're going to have another one of the Mad Men. We're going to get to that right now, and this is my first time presenting this piece. We're moving from a watch that was kind of small by comparison into a much larger timepiece. You have to get this home just to see the dial work and the detailing in person on this. We have all 4 color traces: blue, green, orange, or red. This is the first Madman that or Madmen, plural I guess, that we've ever had that features a skeletonized dial. Now this goes back to what Larry's been talking about all night. One of the things Stuhrling Original is known for is their work with skeleton automatics. This time you're getting that automatic movement with a skeletonized dial and one of the most popular lines of watches within the Stuhrling family, the Magen series. So as we walk you through some of the more contemporary, some are more traditional color choices. There's one here for you, and with a couple value payments, spreading those out over a couple months, $79.48. Blue, green, orange, and red are the four choices that we have available. So on the dial numbers are the variable here. So for instance, if you want that second one with the yellow and green, you're actually going to order green because the dial numbers are in green. The one next to it has a beautiful blue and black combination on the dial, but you're not ordering blue, you're not ordering black, you're ordering orange because of the orange dials, or the orange numbers on that one. So the numbers are the variable that get you in on one of these. The one I'm holding right here is blue, even though the dial is done in all black. I like the two different textures on the dial.
Yeah, very much so. And, you actually said this correctly. It's the Madman Skelly. And I noticed there that they put Mad Men, but I guess...
Oh, it is singular. Okay.
I guess, well, our
That's
whole...
how I always referred to it.
Well,
so.
we have our Madman Traveler and everything. But somehow along the way, they got an E in there. But I guess as a group, they're the Mad Men, I suppose. If you look at all four of them, you know.
Could
Shawn,
be.
But I'll
Could
tell you, Shawn, this is brand new. We actually debuted this piece at the JCK event just last, 2 months ago now, and we had this kind of front and center, our new Madman Skelly, for a couple of reasons. First of all, our Madman design, we actually launched the design last year in 2009 with the original Madman. Now we've done, I think this is the fourth or fifth model in the series now. It's really one of our most popular case designs that we have going right now. It's a very large case design. It's 53 millimeters from 12 to 6 and 63 millimeters from lug to lug, Shawn.
Wow.
So it's pretty massive, guys, and it's got a very aggressive curvature of the case so that it's actually comfortable. I have a few different Madman models myself. I love to wear them out in public. It's very noticeable. You love wearing these big pieces. But what's so unique about this, as far as, us wanting to really make a lot of noise about the Madman Skelly, which is brand new, is we're also showing a new movement for Stuhrling Original.
Yes, you are.
We have many different skeletonized watches that we do. Many of you out there, part of Stuhrling Nation, you're familiar with our different skeletonized movements. But take a look at this. You haven't seen this one. This is a brand new caliber for us. It's got a date. Very rarely are you going to see a skeletonized movement. Usually they'll have 3 hands, hours, minutes, and seconds. But this also has a date wheel, Shawn. If you look at, Shawn's showing you the back first. You see the extreme curvature here. But look at the rotor design here. It's completely cut out and wide open here. You see the engraved scroll work on the rotor design. And if you look right here, it's 50 meters water resistant. There's the case back, and I want to see if it has the caliber number on the back there. I think it's our 90001, I want to say. I'm going by memory here.
Okay.
It might say on the card. But nevertheless, you'll see there's the date wheel. And you see how it's kind of hidden almost, but it's exposed. But underneath the hour markers, there it is. And it would be, you would actually use the date over there that's pointing to 12. So
Yes.
it hasn't been actually set, but it doesn't matter. The point is that will be your date at the 3 o'clock position. But if you actually pull the crown out, Shawn, and rotate it around, the hours, there you go. Again, you very rarely are going to find skeletonized movements that have a date wheel to go on a skeleton. So this is a new movement for us. I think it's our 90001, brand new, and we're very proud of it. Because again, this is something that's right in our wheelhouse to do skeleton watches, and now we've applied it, as you said, for the first time to one of our most popular designs, the Madman, Shawn. So it's the Madman Skelly. Look at it on the wrist, the extreme curvature, not only of the case, but also notice the big curved crystal. The faceting on the case with the beveled edges, with the contrast between the polish and the satin finish.
Larry's got it on, so you can see that it is a big piece, still comfortable, however, because of that curvature. Still heavy. On a rubber strap, 166.4 grams. So that's very significant for a timepiece that is on a rubber strap. But a wonderful curved crystal, wonderful curved case, and case back. So even though it is very large, and Larry gave you some numbers, let me just toss out very quickly. At 10 o'clock to 4 o'clock, your diameter 48, width 47, 12 o'clock to 6 o'clock, again 53, lug to lug 63, case thickness 15.5 millimeters thick.
Man, you're good with that thing, Shawn.
Large timepiece.
You just did like 5 measurements in less than 10 seconds.
Do them in my sleep. Trust me, it's a piece of cake now. Hey, one of the things I am proud of at home, and I don't talk about a lot, is my personal pocket watch collection. And you know what? You can spend hundreds of dollars for actual vintage pocket watches. Some work, some don't. Well, these are brand new, and they certainly do work. These are moon phase pocket watches from Stuhrling Original, $109.28, and 4 payments of $27.32 to get either of these home. I think one of the neat things about the way these are designed, the question always comes, I've had a million people ask me, well, okay, I got a pocket watch. What do I do with it? Well, there's actually about 4 different ways you can wear them, or you can just carry it with you. Stuhrling is doing 2 things here. They're actually including a great little pocket watch chain. So if you do want to affix it to your slacks or to your vest, to your suit, and wear it, you can. However, see how they're propped up? These also come on a little kickstand. So if you want to use your pocket watch as a desk clock, it's perfect.
Yeah. Absolutely, Shawn. You know, we've been doing pocket watches for quite a while now, and we've got, you know, a series that we call our Montre de Poche series, which is kind of the older style, the vintage style. They look very classic. They look antique-ish. The Monarchs that we do are very modern-looking pocket watches.
Yes.
And here's our Monarch Moon. It's a 51-millimeter case design. It's very large. Large size. We'll show it in the palm of our hand here, but also it's pretty thick as well. Now this has a citizen quartz movement in it, so it's very reliable. You're not going to have to worry, you know, about, you know, let's say winding it or anything like that. No. But look at it, it's got a nice case back design as well, and as Shawn pointed out, you do have a genuine moon phase on this. It's not AM, PM, like day and night indication of sun and moon. It actually is moon phase, which tells you when a full moon is coming. Once every 28.5 days, you are going to get a full moon on this. And as Shawn pointed out with the kickstand, you can use it as a desk clock. So this has a nice size to it, a modern feel to it. And I mean, the brown is great. Shawn is showing you that chocolate brown dial. There's that case back design, and that's a screwed in case back as well, Shawn. You can't just pop that off.
No.
But you can feel the heft and the quality of this piece. A domed crystal as well. All those hour indices are applied to the dial. They're not, you know, just printed on there. They're not embossed on there. They are separate pieces that are applied to the dial. And as much as I love the chocolate brown, I got to tell you, the chiffon, I don't know, what are we calling it? Are we calling it cream, or what are they?
Cream is what we're calling it.
I know Shop always loves to call it cream. For me, it's kind of a French vanilla chiffon color.
It's a good description of it.
Yeah, but it's to me, that's my choice. I mean, I love the chiffon piece.
They're both wonderful. You know, you're not going to make a bad choice, but I guess I am a little biased perhaps towards that, what we're calling cream color as well. It is the most limited of the 2. You also have a date display at 9 o'clock, day display down at 6 o'clock. Realize once you have that moon phase indicator, that's a one-time adjustment. You never have to readjust your moon phase indicator, or your day for that matter. But the reason I bring that up, your date every other month, you have to readjust. Once your moon phase is set, it's set. That's going to stay on the same track, 28-day track of the moon. So as your time, actually, if I pull the crown out, you can see as I advance the time, you know, nothing's happening there. If that were an AM/PM indicator, you would visually see that spinning around at a rate very similar to your hour hand, basically. Now, it's moving, but it's moving
slowly,
very slowly, because that's working with the phase of the moon, which is a 28-day cycle.
Right, and so as Shawn goes around, if he makes 24 hours going around, that takes a while.
Which I ain't doing.
Right, but you see how the moon is very slowly moving.
Very slowly.
Yeah, because again, every 28.5 days, and you stop and think about that, how do you make it go full every 28.5 days? Well, what they do is there's 2 big dots on that disc under there, so it makes 1 full revolution every 57 days, Shawn.
Okay, I'm bored. You got the idea.
Sorry to put you to
What
sleep
all the winding of the watch I can do there, or the winding of the hour and the minute hand. By the way, this chain is included. You can remove this if you want. If you're using this as a desk clock, this might get in the way, so you can just pop
14
that
inches,
right
lobster
off.
claw clasp.
Yeah, which is wonderful. So now you can just have this on your desk, or you can just put this in your pocket and carry it with you. There have been many times here, you'll never notice, but I've worn my pocket watches, not had a wrist watch on just because of the suit I was wearing or the cuffs of the sleeve that I had on just didn't make wearing a watch practical. So I grabbed one of my pocket watches and carry that along because I still need to have something with me. So this is a fun way to get, boy, the original way of timekeeping there, a pocket watch on a chain for only $109.28. And it's a fun gift idea if you know anybody who's really into timekeeping and the art of watchmaking. This one is new. And like I said, you can collect vintage watches. You will spend literally hundreds for them, and they don't always work. This is an actual functioning, working timepiece from Stuhrling Original.
You know, I just realized the surprise price they have on there. This is really an amazing opportunity. When you get this home for this particular offer, the ShopNBC, you're going to be blown away.
Yeah.
I mean, we can feel the heft and the quality as we hold it in our hands. And that's sometimes it's hard for you to see that through the TV screen. When you get this in your hand, you're going to be blown away at the quality. I just realized what we're doing here. That's an amazing offer, Shawn.
It weighs 120 grams, so that's kind of like just having the case of a watch measured, 120 grams in weight. It is heavy. It is very durable and very substantial. Getting a great citizen movement on this one. Nominal water resistance. Obviously, it's not something you're taking in the pool with you or outside into the water with you, but splash resistant enough. I wouldn't worry about it if a sudden spring or summer shower hits. V90691 in either the cream or in the brown, and you're saving about $80 off the ShopNBC price. That's a big savings with the surprise price. The cream version you see on the right side of your screen is the most limited. You get a moon phase, you get a day display, you get a date display, you get solid stainless steel on the case and on that chain. So an easy one to wear, and one I know that you are going to enjoy wearing, V90691. I congratulate everybody who said, you know what, time to add a pocket watch to the existing watch collection. I know that you will enjoy that. Excuse me. Addressing women back at ShopNBC. In fact, this outfit has been sold out since January. Brand new color choice, the Emerald. You'll get an intro price and 3 value payments today. Actually, this morning at 9 a.m. Eastern time here on ShopNBC. So join Wendy Russo for Addressing Women, that crinkled jacket with the sequin touches. There's your show time, so make sure that you are here for that. Back into the Stuhrling, and in fact, earlier this hour, we showed you one of the regatta pieces, the Regatta Meridian from earlier. We're going to show you another one right now, this time with the chronograph complication. This is an interesting one. Very interesting one, as a matter of fact. Your price is only $217.43. It's on 4 value payments. You might be seeing this for the very first time. We have this available in brown or in black, so 2 really nice choices there as well. My gosh, what a value everybody's getting.
This is amazing.
Beyond amazing.
Now, just a few minutes ago, we were showing our new Regatta Meridian in the mechanical automatic, the new execution of the black with the orange. Well, after we came out with the Regatta Meridian, we came out with the Meridian chronograph, and it's the same case design, 49 millimeter from our water sports collection, our Regatta series. But these are the 2 new executions we just brought out a couple of weeks ago when we were here, the 2 rose gold executions. We came out with the silver tones about 2 or 3 months ago. Well, now we have rose golds to go with it, a rose gold brown, rose gold black. We're just ordering as black and brown. But this has the Ronda StarTech 5040D, which gives you tenths of a second. This one needs to be recalibrated. I can show how that's done if you want. It does have a screw-down crown. It is 100 meters water resistance. You'll notice the bezel on this is absolutely exquisite here. It's about a 5 millimeter narrow bezel, so it doesn't have that big, 7, 8 millimeter like diver type, look to it. It's got more of a dressy look to it, okay? But it's debossed, which means there's a big channel. Then that channel in the bezel is filled with enamel, and this has a quadruple wave design that is inlaid in that enamel, and then it's polished flush. It's absolutely gorgeous, okay? Shawn, I mentioned it before when we had the Regatta Meridian up here, the mechanical automatic. Same thing on the chrono version, the end links. Check out the end links of this rubber bracelet that are seamlessly integrated. There it is, to the lug design. It's solid end link here for perfect seamless case integration. There's that Stuhrling logo on the stainless steel link. You do have the high-grade silicone rubber strap. You do have the push-button diver's flip-lock safety clasp. I mean, we're so proud of our Meridians now. This is the 49-millimeter case design. And also, if you see in the background there, that case back, okay, it's a screwed-in case back, 100 meters water resistant. But, you know, we don't have a lot of timepieces for Stuhrling Original where we give you this kind of space on the, as far as, you know, without
That's a good
decoration.
point, actually.
If you wanted to do a gift where you wanted to say, you know, hey, Shawn, you're my pal for life, or thanks for that, thanks for being a friend, or whatever you want to say on there, you could have it engraved. I mean, there's actually room for engraving on this piece, Shawn.
Never thought about that, because that is a point that you don't see very often on these watches, but that's kind of nice to see. Let me throw this on my wrist very, very quickly. In fact, I would bet I can just slide that right on. Very generous strap, so do keep that in mind. In fact, once more, I would say if you have anything, I have a 7 3/4 inch wrist, any smaller than mine, might have a little bit of difficulty with this, but it's, you know, it's working for me. I just want you to be advised if you are smaller, because you're going to take this to a jeweler and have them cut that strap. You know, it's all bets are off once they make that adjustment there. So I want you to be sure it's going to fit.
This is just absolutely stunning timepiece. I mentioned already it had the Swiss Ronda StarTech 5040D. I see we're running out of time, but it's a world-class Swiss quartz chronograph movement.
Yeah. Yeah, we are indeed. I didn't realize we were that late in the presentation already. V91610, first payment $54.36. Cash, excuse me, so make note of that one. Well, we have time for a few more pieces here. Wow. And in fact, the Time Traveler is next on your screen. I really dig this one. This, I think, is one of the coolest watches that we have in the show here. Your price is $91.23. We have 5 value payments off $18.25. This is available in either a, do we have 2 choices or 3? What do I have?
Well, Shawn, while we're trying to figure out what we have, let me just say this.
Yes.
Our Traveler has been a signature piece for about 5 years now, a very popular timepiece. This year in 2010, actually I take that back, it was in the 4th quarter of 2009, we came out with the Time Traveler, which is exactly the same look, the same movement as the Traveler, but we went 2 millimeters larger, okay? No, take that, 4 millimeters. We went from 40 to 44. This is the 44 millimeter version, so we call it the Time Traveler. New case back design as well. It's got an old-fashioned biplane on the case back. You'll see that as well. But this is a great gift item for people who like to travel, Shawn.
Black or silver tone are the 2 options that we have here. And as you're looking at this, I don't know whether you start with the outer portion of the dial, the inner portion, and work out. There's so many beautiful things happening here. Obviously, time of day on the outside. As you look at this, though, you're going to see some interesting complications here. Now, I have pulled the crown out to the first position, and I'm making an adjustment of this wheel that you see on the inside. Now, what I'm going to do actually here, let's just, for simplicity's sake, because this is easiest to do at the top of an hour, let's pretend that it is 5 o'clock in New York, which it almost is, another 20 minutes. I'm going to make that adjustment for 5 o'clock in New York. This now gives me an indication that in Chicago, 4 o'clock, Denver, 3 o'clock,
Paris,
Los Angeles, 2 o'clock, Paris. Yeah, and then, you know, looking around the world, basically, you can see the time in all of these other locations. Then, as your time moves, now see, since I didn't set it right at the top of the hour
I was going to say something to you about that, but that's cool.
You know, your wheel will move accordingly.
Right.
So really what you want to do is make sure, like I said, set your time first.
Right.
6 o'clock, let's just say.
Then adjust.
Then adjust the wheel to whatever time. Then they'll move accordingly and correctly. That's a great movement.
It really
I
is.
like this.
It's from Ronda. It's a Swiss Ronda movement. You're absolutely right. That is what makes it unique among world timers, because on most world timers you have to, you know, rotate a bezel or a flange every time you want to see the time. Here, what Shawn was describing to you is the process you're going to go through to set your watch one time.
Once.
You just do it once when you first get it, and then you're done. You don't have to do that every time. It'll automatically tell you the time all around the world in all 24 major time zones at a single glance. And this is the 44 millimeter version. And by the way, I did misspeak for a moment. I said it had the biplane design on the case back. That's actually the World Traveler, a different watch of ours. This is the Time Traveler. This has a, here's the case back design on the back of this timepiece. But you'll notice it does have the screws going around the perimeter. Don't worry about the smudges there. There's the time traveler name. You see kind of the atlas going on the caseback design right there, the time traveler. Signature piece for us, great gift item, Shawn. Even those italicized Arabic numerals going around the dial are all individually applied. Look how fine they are. Very elegant leaf style hands on this piece as well. You've got a guilloche texturization from our hydraulic machines being done on the dial. You see in the center the sun ray pattern as well.
The phenomenal thing about this movement is for anybody who has a job that somehow relates to needing to know the time around the world, anybody that does any investment at all in the stock market, you want to know when the markets are going to open in Hong Kong, in London, in Germany, in Australia. Well, rather than have, because most world timers work where you have one hand that you set and that's it. So if you set it for the time in London, that's fine, but that's not going to help you know what time it is in Rio de Janeiro or Hong Kong or any place else. This will let you know. I've just set this correctly now, so it's lined up. So if it's 10 o'clock in New York, as the time changes, 11 in New York and so forth, you look at this wheel and you can see the time in all these different places around the world. So that way, you can make reference and know what time it is in all of these exotic locations around the world. So for business contacts, for family members. I was talking to Leor from SWI the other day. He was in Israel for a couple weeks visiting his family over there. I honestly had no clue. I thought it was an 8-hour difference. I still am not sure. I think it's an 8-hour difference. This watch would let me know. So you're not calling your family overseas when it's 2 in the morning their time.
Right, very well said, Shawn. Look at the design on this piece. This is the 44-millimeter case design. Look at the beautiful step design on the lugs. Very stylish lugs on this timepiece. The beveled bezel that gives you that nice polished ring going all the way around the timepiece. There's that step design on the lugs. Really elegant and classy. Same thing as on our original Traveler here. Conversation piece for sure. Tell the time all around the world. It's such a classy look for us. It's a signature piece for us and has been for 5 years. But this is the new version that's 4 millimeters larger now.
Real quick, you showed on Larry's wrist. He's got the, because we've been focusing here on the black. He has the silver tone, which is actually the, well, actually, which one is the most limited? I was going to say the silver tone. I misspoke. It is the most limited. Silver tone is the most limited of the two.
I just did a double take. I just realized what we're doing here with this clearance pricing and the payment options, Shawn. This is amazing. This is an amazing offer here. Don't let this get by. I mean, that's a fantastic opportunity right there.
Yeah, I would hate for anyone to miss this. Just a very collectible timepiece because of the unique watch movement. There you can very clearly see that dial. And realize, too, that dial with all the other time zones, all the other times, that is just a hair away from the wheel that is hidden by where all the cities are marked. That's where your date wheel is running. So you actually have a date display on here as well. So a ton of very practical complications on a watch that, let's face it, even if you don't necessarily need to know the time in other locations around the world, there's something just very professional and executive looking about it. When you have it on a watch, people are going to wonder, oh, why does he need to know the time overseas? Is he an investor? Does he have businesses overseas? Does he need to know? So let them wonder what they want to wonder there. That is cool. I really do like that. Great watch. Jay, I'll get it again. V91220. V91220. 5 payments. That means $18.25 gets that home. I may have to order this after the show. I don't have this one. This one I've had my eyes on for a while there. And that is just with that price point, impossible to resist. Christine Quadley is standing by. She's going to continue the shopping here on ShopNBC. And in fact, we're going to be changing gears a little bit, moving from some timepieces into some jewelry, correct?
That's right. Hello, Shawn. Hello, Larry. Well, coming up in about 15 minutes, we're going to enhance your jewelry wardrobe with high-end looking pieces of jewelry, but without the high-end price tags, because it's 925 Fusion. And it's an anniversary. It's the 2nd anniversary. It's that fusion of sterling silver and then that beautiful 18-karat gold plating. And this is a brand new bracelet. It's coming up. We're giving you 3 months to pay for it. You can get it home for under $30. It goes perfectly with all the rings that we have in the show, the earrings, the necklaces. It's a status look. And again, a value payment under $30, it can be yours. So the look of high-end jewelry at affordable prices with the second anniversary of 925 Fusion coming up in about 15 minutes. And I'll have Carmela joining me. So I will toss it back to you, Shawn and Larry.
We will look forward to that coming up in indeed about 15 minutes. That doesn't leave Larry and I a lot of time to share a few more watches, and I think we have 3 more that we're going to try and get out here, so we're going to move fast through our final few pieces here. We are going to revisit the Apocalypse Grand right now. Just a quick presentation on this because we wanted to remind you about the surprise price that we have in place of $127.42. Slight delay on the phone lines. It will be worth it to get through and own one of these. The most limited of the 3, Amy, was the green. The green, okay. The black and the green, we have fewer than 100. It's in the middle on that shot. It's kind of hard to see, but basically the dial and the strap on that one will each be in this really dark, almost a hunter green.
Yeah, good call, Shawn. Hunter green, that's a good call for that.
Other choices are blue and black and the all black, which is fairly self-explanatory.
Well, Shawn, this is our Apocalypse Grand. It's from our Apocalypse series in the Epiphany collection, our most popular series in our entire gallery of timepieces. It's our hottest case design we have going. This is a brand new model here in 2010. This is an amazing offer here. We made it in our 49mm case design. Here's that blue. To me, I'm surprised this one's not gone already because you know, this blue, like it's like an electric blue, processed blue PVD bezel. You do have the signature Stuhrling S screw heads going around. We have the Swiss ISA 8172 movement here, which gives you a day and date in a Swiss chronograph movement, Shawn. So this is spectacular. Which one do you want me to try on, Shawn?
I want you to grab the green since it's closest to you there, and then I'll give everybody one more look right here.
This green is absolutely stunning.
The green has grown on me to the point where that's my favorite, actually. I like the blue at first, still like the blue, but there's something about that green. I think it's the fact that it does have that green strap. This says fun time. This says out camping maybe, out fishing. This says out enjoying the nice weather, enjoying the summertime. There's just something very casual about that I really like.
Look at that, there's that green strap, the green and black. All 3 have, you know, the black PVD case. Of course, the blue has that blue bezel. But our most popular case design, this is the 49mm version of that case design. Anybody out there that's got the old, not old, but the Apocalypse XT, this is that same exact case, the 49mm version. The original Apocalypse that came out 4 years ago, Shawn, was in the 42mm case. So this is a large, full 7mm larger. And there's my girl that just came in the studio. Carmela, how the heck are you?
We love Carmela.
We love Carmela.
Love Carmela.
But listen, you know, actually Peter would love this watch. I know your husband is into sports and he's a hockey player and all that, right?
Very good
Peter
point.
would, if you're watching the show,
I never knew that.
This is for you. I mean, this is a tremendous opportunity with this surprise offer, Shawn.
It is a great price to be $91561. Surprise price of $127.42. First payment $25.48 is going to get that one home.
Oh, wait till you see what we have come. You haven't seen this, Shawn.
I have not.
You're going to die.
I have not.
Get ready to die.
Sold out.
Get ready to die.
Sold out the first time on air, and here it is back in stock. $226.82 for the Admiral chronograph in the orange or in the green. We were able to get more for today's visit. However, only 50 available in each one of the colors. So it's a good thing it's debuting at 4:50 Eastern time because we have a fair contest for you too. Okay, 90 seconds. I've said my piece. Larry, it's yours.
This is amazing. This is brand new, our Admiral. We just brought it out a few weeks ago and they did sell out in these 2 color executions. We're back in stock. 53mm case design. Shawn, you got to get it on the wrist. Take a look at this custom molded rubber strap. 200 meters water resistant, which is a new thing for Stuhrling Original this year. Screw down crown. Take a look at, and this has the Ronda StarTech 5030D movement in there, so it does have the 12-hour counter. Look, it's got the Duracoach finishing on the bezel and that pusher up there at the 2 o'clock position. You can go ahead and activate the chronograph. This one needs to be recalibrated, but take a look at the nautical compass style small seconds indication over there at the 3 o'clock position. It's got the dodecagonal bezel design, which is a 12-sided bezel design. The orange one is the one that sold out first the last time. Look at the new clasp design that we've done, Shawn, with the Stuhrling logo. Push button butterfly clasp. as you can see right here. But look at just the way that this rubber strap integrates with the case, the way that it's cut and shaped and angled and everything. It's amazing. We're so proud. This is the new Stuhrling Original, Shawn. This is the 2010 Stuhrling Original. Don't miss this. And here, we got to have one wrist shot before we get out of here.
Very quick. Larry has it on. If you just swing a camera over there, we'll show it to you on Larry's wrist before we go. Generous bracelet. Again, have a jeweler make the adjustment on this bracelet. This is when you want the jewelers to cut and size for you. V91603. Back in stock. We only brought back 50 of each one of those. I don't know how we got so late all of a sudden.
Thanks,
here.
guys.
We're just really scratched for time. Quick look at host pick. It is the Gen X. We have a surprise price of $117.48. We've sold over 1,000 of this watch. I have a couple hundred remaining. The surprise price is valid while supplies last. Silver tone, rose tone, black, those are the 3 color options. It's on a citizen movement with some great complications right here. Let me get a couple things out of the way.
They're not showing the black execution here in this shot.
Here. Yeah,
no,
we got it out here.
No,
I see what you're saying. Yes.
in the server shot right here,
Yes.
you're not seeing the black. But we have a new version of the black. The old version had the red crystal. We don't have that anymore. We are debating, if you're out there, one of those people wondering, we're debating in-house if we should make any more of those. We may, and maybe we'll see those in 3 months or something like that. But right now, this is the new black execution, as you can see here. It has a clear crystal with a red dial. So if you like, yeah, it's awesome. If you like the red dial, you're ordering this, Shawn, as?
Black.
Black. Thank you very much. So if you want the red, you order black. Okay.
As a case. I know. Trust me, Larry. I know.
I'm hammering it because I want to make sure we get this right.
You're right.
Because we did make a mistake on our last time we were here. We actually shipped this and they didn't have the red crystal and people went crazy. But we're trying to rectify that. We're still working on a solution, folks. Anyway, here it is, though. It's gorgeous. Now, this is our Gen X, Shawn. This has that Citizen JR00 movement that gives you the retrograde day of the week indication at the 5 o'clock position. But instead of just a little pointer hand that points to Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, you see the base dial with that Côte de Genève impressions in the dial there. But then built up off the dial is you have a bridge, and in that bridge is an acrylic plate with the Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and then the hand goes underneath that bridge behind the acrylic dial to highlight, to serve as a background to tell it's just absolutely details in the details here. The dial work is amazing, but what makes this so amazing is the hours, minutes, and second hands have to be placed on a very long, tall, high cannon pinion to clear all of these different dial elements. So the three-dimensionality of this dial work is fantastic. You can see the border templates on the subdials up at 12 and 9. Shawn, you are just amazing at showing this. Great job, Shawn.
It's our crew. They're getting the shots. They're the ones that are saying, let's see if we can dive into that watch.
I'm going to pop the rose gold. This does have a genuine rubber strap. It's got the nylon stitching right in the rubber strap, by the way.
Yep. Now, the rose gold is going to have rose gold accents, where basically here you would see silver tone.
And
that's going to have rose tone touches in the case as well. So you'll see this on Larry's wrist. The case size is, and I measured it and I've forgotten already, so let me double check it, 45 roughly in diameter, and your case width is about 48, case thickness about 11, and the strap is roughly 20 millimeter wide strap. It does have the contrast stitching, which is kind of fun and kind of nice to see, but you are going to flip over this one just for the uniqueness of that red. If you're purchasing the black, which comes with that red dial, you almost get a totally different feel then out of the rose tone.
Oh, absolutely. You have the 16 karat rose gold, 45 millimeter case design, nice presence on the wrist. You know, and some of the graphics on different ones said Gen X Retro. It's the Gen X. The retro was referring to the retrograde day of the week. And And they had that part, you know, if you stop and think about that, you know, Gen X, Shawn, these are young kids, Gen X. These are 20-somethings, right? So if you say, right?
A little bit older now, actually.
Okay, 30?
Yeah, it'll be in the 30s
Okay,
now.
but when you say Gen X Retro, that's kind of like saying jumbo shrimp, okay? I mean, it's kind of...
True. Good point.
It's kind of like an oxymoron.
Oxymoron. Good point.
You know, maybe we should make a watch called the Oxymoron. You know?
Yeah, you get to work on that, Larry. I shan't be helping. V91655, first payment $29.37. And on that note, we come to a close of this current portion of Stuhrling Original. But as I said,
that one, huh?
I do it, actually. The good news is we are just getting started because Larry is going to be back at the following time that's going to appear on your screen. 2 o'clock Eastern time. There's one of the ladies' pieces that you're going to be seeing, so that'll be coming up. You have Allison with that show, correct?
That's correct.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so we will make sure that we check that out. Larry, always a pleasure.
Hey, thank you, Shawn. Thank you so much, and thank you.
So Larry's back this afternoon. I'm back tonight with some gemstones, actually. 24 hours from now, in fact, I'll be back with some gemstones. I hope you'll join me. But in the meantime, you're not going to have to wait that long for the jewelry. It is time for some 925 Fusion with Carmela and Christine Quanley in a moment.